All right, my PanKnicks, don't panic. The Knicks are headed in the right direction. We just had our intro, the first introduction of David Fizdale to the media. Some players actually flew out just to check out the coach. A lot of love, a lot of respect. And the Knicks going forward, this little press conference they had showed that they got the right mentality going forward in relation to today's NBA, the way the game is played, the way the coaches have relationships with the players. A lot of positives to take from this interview. And we can start off with the Knicks general manager, Scott Perry. He was asked about the Knicks having 7 coaches in the last 10 seasons. And, he answered that in, with the Knicks choosing David Fizdale, it chose the right guy for player development. And, and also with an open mindedness to today's NBA, the way the game is played, fast-paced, open-styled, almost like I don't want to say not too much carefree with as far as the positions, but, there's no one set to be the point guard or you're really locked in you have to be a power forward. You can't sometimes switch as a small forward. He's more open to today's NBA style. As we've seen from Phil Jackson in the past, he was very stubborn on, certain changes to make because it didn't fit the personnel that we had. And also the GM was also, and also Steve Mills, they both kind of admitted that, not everyone, a lot of players in the NBA, they want to live in New York, but not all of them are actually built to play here. And it's their responsibility to look for the right players with the right mind frame to play in New York. And I thought, that open communication with the media, distinguishing the player difference, the Knicks are heading towards the right direction. Because before it was let's just get a star and let's just build on that. But now it's more like, all right, let's be a little bit more cerebral. And then, going into David Fizdale, they actually mentioned, they asked him what are his plans for the Knicks as far as the style. And he said he wanted to push up the pace. And, he learned, he went to Memphis before, and, their pace was very slow because they had Pau Gasol center, Zach Randolph down low. So they had guys banging down low, getting rebounds. Their pace was kind of slow. Him being there in that one season he was there, it opened the, floor up for Mike Conley to do what he do to get that max deal. And also he kind of wants to bring that to New York in a way with Porzingis and Frank. They asked him about, Porzingis and Frank together, and he's like, he just wants to throw them out there. And he's not really too much about position. He's more about speed and skill. And, that was great to hear from this guy. His mentality is right, man. I feel like the Knicks really found the coach that fits into today's NBA. We're not hustling backwards. We're going forwards, And, he also talked about his struggles in Memphis. Memphis did have a bunch of veteran guys. A lot of them, of course, are going to be stuck in your ways. You've been in the league for a long time. But, he did go through struggles into trying to implement his system into Memphis. And he should have better luck doing it on the Knicks because they're a lot younger team, And, the media, the New York media also asked him about, his beef with Pau Gasol. And this kind of goes into it where he said he learned about, he learned a lot about his mistakes that he made with the star player there. And he spoke to a lot of people in many different industries, a lot of leaders on how to, learn from that situation and build going forward. And, I think, that's very good for a young coach, especially a young coach that can that could relate to the players a lot, to, admit this mistake. He learned, he learned from the past. And he's going on moving forward. And, this won't be a mistake, maybe perhaps if he bangs heads with Porzingis or Frank, trying to, instill, the best out of them, he can, have a better player relation with the players, in case they bump heads. And then they also mentioned about Hakeem Noah. And, Fizdale was kind of open. I quote him, and he says, not putting a cap on anybody. And he's open, He's open and willing to grind with everybody on the team to bring out the best in them and according to their skill set. And again, like I said, the Knicks right now, this is really good for the team, really good for the organization. I feel like right now going forward, they're a bit more cerebral. They're a bit more cerebral, and they understand that today's climate between between the players, the relationship between the players and coaches, and also the way the game is played, things have changed. And right now, it seems like, GM Scott Perry is doing a great job in kind of implementing this type of, change within the Knicks organization. And this is a great move going forward. We'll see what happens during the summertime. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm excited about, Coach Fizdale. He's definitely got the right mindset. And, he's already talking about flying out to go see Porzingis. His player relationship, his player development, it's big, man. This guy is really big on player development. And that's one of the reasons, they chose this guy. And this is according to GM Scott Perry, was a big thing on player development. And, Fizdale also said player development is not only what's on the court, developing a jump shot or playing defense better. It's not only that, but it's off the court, and it's a mindset. So, this guy definitely has championship pedigree, He was one of the coaches, he was on that coaching staff in Miami when LeBron was down there. So, we definitely got a good look, man. So, to all my Knicks fans, don't panic. Literally. And be easy, man. We're going to see what they're cooking up during the draft and free agency. Till next time, peace.